Okay, welcome back to class. So in this section, we are taking loss relief. Loss relief. So sorry, the next topic should have been computation of companies' income tax. But in our computation of companies' income tax, we'll be looking at capital allowances and then loss relief. And don't forget, we have done capital allowance in one of our previous classes. So it is essential for us to treat loss relief first before taking the topic computation of companies' income tax. And that's what we have now. So in this class, we'll be looking at the various types of reliefs we have and the rules on loss relief, as well as their treatment of, on commencement and cessation of business. So we should not spend much time on this. And considering the fact that we don't have enough time, okay, so let's start. So at the end, you should understand what constitutes loss relief, and you should be able to identify the basis for granting loss relief as well as the restrictions available, and knows the rules guiding claims for loss relief. So yes, it is no longer a story or a film. So we all know the reasons why companies may make loss from their operation. Okay, so it is not a storytelling. So losses will arise, when a business has just commenced, or probably due to economic downturn, or due to changes in technology, advancements in technology. So there are various factors that may make a company to be reporting loss. So a company that makes a loss from its trade or business is, has the relief, okay, or has an incentive from the tax authority. And the incentive is to have the losses deducted from, its business, from, either current year loss relief or carry forward loss relief. So a company makes a loss from its trade or business when its allowable operating expenses exceeds the total income or earnings. So unlike that loss, you do reports under your company, under the provisions of the International Financial Reporting Standard. At times, a company may have an accounting loss, okay, and after adjusting for taxable income, omitted, non-taxable income, allowable expenses, and non-allowable expenses, then we may have adjusted profit or accessible profit. But in the instance where after those adjustments, the company still have accessible loss, okay, or total loss, then the company can enjoy the loss, either as a current year loss relief or carry forward loss relief. So before now, there used to be a restriction for insurance companies, and then thanks to the crew, to the finance team, the physical team, okay, for helping us to abolish the restriction for insurance companies. So individuals or companies in insurance business can now, carry forward their losses indefinitely. Now, the various types of loss relief we have includes current year loss relief, and then carry forward loss relief. And also we have terminal loss. We have terminal loss. So we are going to look at this one after the other. So what is current year loss relief? This is one of the methods of relieving losses, and it is only applicable to individuals. Okay, it is only applicable to individuals. So in this case, losses incurred from a particular source of income can be relieved against other sources. For instance, loss from, let's say Mary is into a business of buying and selling of, let's say, Mary, what business do you like to trade in? Oh, she's not even in the class. Kende, what business do you like to trade in?
Clothing, like clothes.
Buy and selling of clothes.
Yes.
Which other one? Which other one again?
Shoes.
Shoes. I like you. So now, you are dealing with business of, shoes. So let's assume we have Kenny Enterprise for your clothes, and you have KK, shoes for your shoes. So when you incur loss from your clothing business, the profit you made from the shoe business can absorb. So meaning you can offset the profit from shoe business against the loss from clothes business. So that's the application of the current year loss relief. That's how you apply the current year loss relief. But where you are thinking of carrying forward the losses, so it means that you cannot relieve the losses incurred in the clothes business against the profits from the shoe business. So you can only relieve the losses from the clothes business and against the profit from the shoe business if you are doing it in the current year, that is the year you incur that loss. Do you understand?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
understand? Another
Yes.
thing is that current year loss relief is applicable to a loss incurred only in the first year of business. Only what? Only in the first year of business, meaning that any unrelieved loss can only be set off against profit from the source from which the loss was incurred. So the case whereby you have been in business and you incur losses from your clothing business, okay, so you cannot set it off against the profit from the shoe business. Okay, so it's only if this happens in your first year of business. Okay, so meaning that any unrelieved losses in the current year, okay, apart from the first year, can only be, set off against the profits from the same source of business. So if that is the case, it therefore means that you have what? You have carry forward, loss, because it's not possible for you to make loss in a particular business in a particular year and still make profit in that same year. Is that possible? Is that possible? Is it possible to have hot
No.
water, cold water at the same time?
No.
So it's either you have hot water, warm water, or you have cold water. So that's it. So then that takes us to carry forward loss relief, which I've just explained that is the relief available only against profits from the same source of income where the loss originally occurred, and it does not require approval before the relief can be granted. So unlike current year loss relief, which requires the approval of the relevant tax authority before it can be allowed for relief. Are we together? So, and this application must be made within 12 months after the end of the year of assessment, which the loss arises. Are we together? So, that's that. What are the rules on loss relief? Rules on loss reliefs. The following points are to be noted in the application of the rules on loss relief for companies. Please take note of this. This is for what? This is for companies. 1, trading loss to be deducted from assessable profit of an assessment year shall not exceed the actual loss incurred by the company in the previous assessment year. So this is also applicable for individual too. Okay, that is, here you incur loss, and now this is specific to carry forward loss relief. You cannot offset more than the loss you have incurred in the past. So meaning if you have a profit of 1 million naira now, and you have a loss of 1.2 million naira, how much can you relieve? You can only relieve 1 million naira. So it means that you'll be having the carry forward loss of 200,000 naira unrelieved. Are we together? So please take note of that. Another thing is that if you have a profit of 1 million naira and the carry forward loss relief is 800,000 naira, so it means you cannot relieve more than the loss you carry forward. So you cannot bring 1 million naira saying that you are relieving 1 million naira. No. You cannot relieve more than what you have. In this case, you have a remainder of assessable profit of 200,000 naira. So losses are not aggregated with assessable profit in the computation of the company's total profits. In strict compliance with the provision of Section 31, subsection 1 of CETA, consequently, a trading loss from one of the company's sources of profits cannot be set off against profit from another source. I've mentioned this. And the loss incurred from a particular line of business can only be relieved in future years from accessible profit derived from the same source or line of business. I've also explained this. Also, when losses incurred in two different assessment years are being carried forward against future profits, you treat them as what? As first in, first out. First in what? First in, first out. So, first out. So, when losses incurred in two different assessment years are being carried forward against future profits, the first loss incurred will be relieved in priority to the subsequent loss, subject to, I've just mentioned that this restriction is no longer available for insurance companies. So when trade ceases, any terminal loss resulting therefrom which could not be relieved in the year of cessation due to insufficiency or non-availability of profits is deemed lost. So also there's no provision for terminal loss in the Nigerian tax system. There's no provision for terminal loss in the Nigerian tax system. And in addition, a loss, a claim for relief of losses take precedence over claim for capital allowances. So before claiming capital allowance, what do you do first? You deduct your current year loss relief first. You deduct the current year loss relief first. The next class is starting soon. And since while we are treating transition of trustee settlement and the lecturer logged me out, so I don't want a situation whereby we be completely logged off. Okay, so and we lost our recording. So this is an illustration. You can practice it on your own. Then I'm not sure if we will be having our class tomorrow again. So I will confirm if did you guys have are you having class tomorrow?
No.
No classes tomorrow.
Yeah, yes,
Let's see if we can have another class tomorrow. So the first thing is to treat this. Otherwise, I will share an Excel with you on this particular illustration. Okay, so please remind me of the platform.
Okay, I
so
will.
Thank you guys for coming to class. Do you have any questions before we continue? So in the absence of any question, so thank you very much for coming to class. In this class, we have treated loss relief, the rules, the types of losses we have, and among others. So you have this assignment to practice. Kindly go to page, refer to page 343, refer to page 343, 344, and then 345 and 345 of your study test for the short answer questions and multiple choice question. Thank you guys for coming to class today. Do have a successful day ahead. Goodbye.